Hello friends, welcome again. Now we were able to cover basic filtering where we were applying just one filter clause. Then we understood how to combine multiple filters by using logical operators which are and operator or not operator, right? And or not. So there are three operators and or not. So and is basically if we want to both the filters to come into place, right? Kind of like we want that okay, condition one should also be satisfied, condition two should also be satisfied. Then and operator. If we want to say either condition one or condition two or both, right? If any of the condition is also satisfied, then or operator. And not is a negation. Then we talked about in and between. In is when we have a list of values and we want to give it, right? We could have done it using or also, right? By using multiple or conditions, but in looks neat. And between is a range of values. And we also saw how to handle null values. You cannot compare by saying equal to, rather, we say is null or is not null, like that. Now, I mentioned that next what we have to cover is pattern matching. So we will start with pattern matching now. Pattern matching. So this is little bit I would say advanced filtering because it will not be a exact match anymore, right? Rather it will be that okay, I want all the names where first name starts with A or first name starts with a vowel, right? So it's not an exact match, but we give some patterns based on which it should match. I hope this should be fine. So let's get started. Now to start with, I will drop my employees table and recreate it. I want to start fresh and there are some extra insert statements also. That's why I want to uh, recreate this. I will create a table called as employee. The structure remains the same what we have created last time and I will fire this insert statement. Okay, I've taken the insert and I will run this insert statement. And auto commit is on, by the way. For me, auto commit is on so that the records will be automatically committed. Now, I will just get a feel of my data. Select star from employees, limit 5. Right? I just want to get a feel of data and I can see some records. You can see this. I hope this is all fine. Okay, so let's get started with pattern matching. Now, I want to do, let's say, pattern matching on first name and sometimes last name. These two are the ones where I want to see that, oh, if first name starts with this, ends with this kind of patterns. So let's get started. So I'll just uh, say the first thing that I want to do is I want to find all the employees where first name starts with J, starts with the letter J. Now, if we have to say starts with J, so just to let you know, in pattern matching, when we are doing a pattern matching, there are two things that we have. One is percentage and one is the underscore. Now, what percentage means? It means zero or more characters. Can be anything. Zero or more characters. That means if we say A, that also qualifies for it. If we say AB, this also qualifies. If we do not give anything, that also qualifies, right? If we do not give anything, that also qualifies because it says zero or more characters, can be anything. 0, 1, 2, this also qualifies. So percentage means anything, zero or more characters, right? And when we say underscore, underscore means exactly one character. Exactly one character, but this character can be anything. For example, A, it qualifies, B qualifies, C, okay, 0, 1, 2, can be hyphen, can be dot, right? All of these qualifies exactly one character. Okay, so anyways, what I want is first name starts with a J. First name starts with J. How to write this? So I can say select select star from employees, select star from employees where where first name, where first name, and then earlier I was giving equal to, when I was doing my logical operators or basic filtering, I was giving equal to because it was supposed to be exact match. But now since we are saying we are matching patterns, then equal to does not work. Rather we have to give a operator called as like. We have to say like. Select star from employees, right? I'll just break it down like this, where first name like what? I will say it should start with J, and then after that it can be anything. I do not care. I do not care. After that it can be anything, any number of characters, whether zero character or one character or two character or three characters or four characters, anything. But starts with J, and after that anything is fine, right? Let me run this and show to you. So you can see I am getting all the first name which starts with J. All the first name which starts with J. You will understand it. If you have not got it, that's fine. We will do a lot of examples and you will be perfect with that. Right? First name starts with J. I'll just take it down. I hope this would make sense. And it's okay if you have not totally understood it, that's fine. We'll do it. Now, I want to get all the employees where first name ends with J. Ends with J. So what I will do is I will mention J towards the end. That means in the end J, but before that it can be anything. I do not care. Right? So let me run this, or I just change here. Percentage J. That means this can be anything. I do not care, but in the end we have J. So let's see if there is any employee. No, there is no. Let's say if I put A here, employees ending with A. Okay, a lot of people you see A, right? You can see all of these. If I see all employees ending with B, oh, okay, one for one employee. C, no one. D, this is how you can check. This is how you can check. E, I guess there will be some employees ending with E. Okay, Jane, Grace, Alice, and right. So four employees totally. So I hope you would have understood this. Just have a look what I have done. Now you might ask me that if let's say the first name is just J, will it qualify? Yes, because percentage says zero character also or any number of characters. So even if the first name is just J, it will also qualify. If the first name ends with J, right? This also, even if there is no character here, then even J qualifies for it, right? I hope this would make sense, right? So even if first name is just J, right? Then in both of these conditions, we will get this listed. Now, first name starts with J and last name ends with H. First name starts with J and last name ends with H. How do we get it? I'll just copy this condition. Select star from employees where first name like J percentage and and right, it's an end clause I have to give because both the conditions should be satisfied, and last name like percentage H, right? And now let me try running this. This should give me all those employees. Let's see. You can see Jane starts with J and last name ends with H. You can see this. So you can see I have used this AND clause also, the logical operators. We can combine things like this, right? So whatever I'm showing right now, this is more complex filtering because whatever you have done was an exact match earlier, right? Whatever we have seen in week 2, ending of week 2, that was an exact match. But now we are doing a pattern matching. It's not matching exactly, but we are seeing patterns that starts with J, ends with H, like that. Now, let's say my requirement is management wants me to write a query where they want to find all the employees whose name starts with JA and ends with E. First name starts with starts with JA and ends with E. How do I do that? So I'll just copy this and will modify. So select star from employees where first name like J A, and then there can be anything, I do not care, but ending with E. Right? Last one is E, starting we have JA, and in between anything. Anything, that means even empty. Like even if you ask me JAE qualifies for that, because even if there is no value, that's fine. But it matches the condition, starts with JA and ends with E. And there can be values inside, it can be anything like JANE, that will also qualify. JAKE, that also qualifies. Or it can be even more than one character inside, because percentage qualifies for anything. I hope this is fine. Let me run this. Let me run this. Okay. And you see this. Jane qualifies for this. I hope this would make sense. Only one employee qualifies for that. Right? Okay. Now I want to write a query where first name starts with A and ends with A. You can very well do it because we have done similar examples. First name starts with A and ends with A. Almost similar. Starts with A, ends with A. How to do that? The condition would be, if you think, uh, if you ask me, A percentage A, right? Isn't it? Let me do that. Starts with A and ends with A. So let's see. And you can see there are two such employees whose first name starts with A and ends with A. Right? Okay. Now, some difference, let's bring it. Right? Because till now you understood and the examples were almost similar to give you an idea. I want employees where first name is exactly of four characters. First name is exactly of four characters. Right? Now this is interesting. You might say, Sumit sir, how to do this? So what we can do is, see, when you are using percentage, you cannot say one character, two character. That means percentage is something which we cannot use. Now underscore was the another character, right, that we can use in this case. So underscore means exactly one character. So if I give this, that means all employees with exactly one character. 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4. I have given 4 underscore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that means give me all employees where first name is exactly 4 characters, and those characters can be anything. I do not care. It can be A, B, C, D. I don't care, but 4 characters exactly. Right? So let me run this and let's see what it gives me. So you can see John, Jane, Alex, Liam, Emma, No, Ella, all of these. 4, right? If I say 5, then I give one more underscore, right? And you see Emily, James, Mason, Ethan, Logan, all of that. 6, let me just see if there are employees with 6. Daniel, Sophia, right? Olivia, okay. 7, I'm just giving you a feel of it. Michael, William, Matthew, right? 8, I'm not sure it will be there or not. Okay, we have 8 also. So, kind of, you would have understood that how to get this kind of thing also. First name is exactly of these many characters, then underscore is the thing, right? Now, if your requirement is, I want all the employees where first name is at least 4 characters, that means 4 or more characters. So, first name is of four or more characters. That means at least four characters. Then how do I do that? So this means right now exactly four, right? And what if I give a percentage after that? That means these are exactly four. This should match four characters. This will match it. After that, we can have zero or more characters. Percentage means either nothing or more characters. It can be any number, right? Zero, one, two, three, 4. But 4 we have given like this. After that, can be anything. Doesn't matter, right? So this will give me all employees where first name is of at least four characters. Okay, and you can see this: John, Jane, Michael, Emily, Daniel. So you will not find employees with less than four characters here, right? You won't find employees with less than four characters here. I hope this would make sense. Okay. Now, let's say the requirement is to find employees where first character is a A. That means in the first name, the first character is a A, the third character is E. So, first name, in first name, first character is A, and third character is E, followed by anything. Followed by anything. How do you write this query? So let's try to build the pattern for this. So first character is A, that means I will put A, and third character is E. That means second character can be anything, right? Okay, I have put underscore. Third character is E. Okay, I have put E, followed by anything. I have put percentage. Isn't it? You can just see, as simple as that. You have to understand things. Then it will become super easy for you. And this should give me all employees where first name starts with A, third character is E, and then anything. And even second character can be anything, right? Okay. So now I want employees where first name starts with J and the name is of four characters. So uh, all employees where first name is of four characters and starts with J, right? And starts with J. How do I build that? So let's see. Starts with J. I put J and is of four characters. That means after that I can say underscore underscore underscore. Three more characters, any characters can come, right? Isn't it? So let me run this. Okay, and I get John and Jane. Or both of them starts with J and have exactly four characters. I hope this would make sense. Okay, now I want all employees where first name contains the word son, right? So all employees where first name contains the word son, son. Anywhere is contained, we want that. That means there should be a word son somewhere. It can be at the start, ending, or even if it is son, it should give, right? Okay, so how do we build this? The pattern can be if you see sun, right? Somewhere there should be sun. Before that can be anything, after that can be anything, right? Just as simple as that. So if you see sun, does it qualify? Yes, it qualifies because can be 0 0, right? So just sun also matches. SONE, will that match? Yes, it will. ESON, will that match? It will, right? Because here it can be one character, like it matches one, and then SON, and then no character, and then ESONE, that will also match because this can match zero or more any number of characters, then SON, and then zero or more any number of characters, right? All of this will match. So let me just write percentage son percentage, and let's see, only one person MASON is coming here, right? Let's say if I just say matches SO, this pattern, then there will be SO. Okay, you can see Mason and Sophia. I hope this is clear. Let's say HI matches this pattern, Sophia. You see HI, right? I hope you would have understood this. Okay. Now I want all employees where whose job title have the word manager somewhere. I mean, whose job title includes the word manager. Get all employees where job title job title includes the word manager, right? What we can do, where we can say job title like, and then the pattern would be, uh, I would say percentage manager, right? If someone says in the end manager should be there, I remove this. If someone says in the starting manager should be there or starts with manager, then this is how. And if says manager anywhere in the this, then this one, right? I hope this is clear. So I will say job title like percentage manager percentage. And you can see manager. So even manager qualifies for it, right? Sales manager, senior sales manager, right? If you see, it will be senior sales manager, HR manager, right? I hope this would make sense, right? So all job titles which include sales somewhere, SALES, sales, and we can see sales representative, sales manager, sales executive, senior sales associate, sales coordinator, sales analyst, sales representative, a lot, right? I hope this is clear. Okay, right? Now, let's say I want all the employees from department 2 and have developer somewhere in the job title, right? Uh, from department 2 and have developer somewhere in their job title, right? Developer should be one of the word in the job title. So job title like, and what I will say, job title. Uh, so first of all, select star from employees where department ID equal to 2, because that's the exact match, right? For department ID, department ID equal to 2, and job title like, and job title like, better to give in uppercase, like uh, what, developer percentage, developer, so percentage developer percentage, right? Developer percentage, because that means anywhere it can be there. Okay, and you can see this all department ID 2 and developer lead developer, starting with developer, ending with developer, or somewhere in between, or just developer, everything will match, because I do not care what else is there, but developer should be one of the words somewhere, right? Okay, so that's good. Now let's say in this I want to check for email IDs, right? Email ID. Now, let's say my email ID is sumit at trendytech.in, right? So, I want to build a pattern matching just to see if email IDs here are valid, which one is invalid, like that. So, if I see logically, then I have this at symbol at some point, right? Before that there is something, I'll fill that in some time. Now after at there is something, and then there is a dot, and then something, right? So now before at the rate, should there be something? Yes, of course. Can there be no characters? There should be at least one, right? There should be at least one. So what I can say, underscore, that means at least or exactly one character, after that percentage. So if I am saying underscore percentage, that means at least one character, because exactly one is this, and after that zero or more. So if I am saying underscore percentage, what does that mean? This means at least one character. How we are making sure at least one? Because we have put one underscore, that means it should match exactly one character, and after that percentage it can match zero or more characters, right? So that means if we give a combination, at least one character. So this means at least one character before at the rate symbol, right? After that I have to give a domain name. Domain name also should be at least one character. Ideally it should be more, but just to give a basic pattern match, my rules are my rules are for the email, what I am saying or assuming is, before add symbol, at least one character, can be anything, right? At least one character. Then add symbol at after that, and then after that domain name, right? Domain name should be of at least one character, right? This means like trendy tech. So this should be at least one character, this should be at least one character, right? And then after that dot symbol, and then what we have, uh, dot in, dot com, like that. So it has to be again at least, let's say, two characters, at least two characters, at least two characters, right? This is my rules which I am saying, that based on this I want to filter. So now if you see this, right, I will put remove this space later, but for you, so this particular part, before at the rate symbol, at least one character. So this gives at least one character, and then we have add symbol, right? Then we have add symbol. After that, this domain name should be of at least one character. So again I say underscore percentage, right? At least one character. After that we have a dot symbol, right? Dot. We have reached till here. We have reached till here. Now after that, at least two characters, at least two. So I can say underscore percentage, right? So this should match the pattern. So now if I have to write the query, I'll just take from here, 1 minute. Select star from employees where, and this is email, where email where email like, you can see this, and I give it in single quotes. That's how we have to give, isn't it? So this should match all the email IDs which are valid. And if I have to get all email IDs which are not satisfying this, then we say not like. Not like. That means I get all the email IDs which do not satisfy this pattern. Let me see, is there any email ID which do not satisfy? Let me see that. Okay, there is one email ID which is alice.wonderexample.com. That's something which do not match. And if I say where email like this, because you see at the rate symbol is not there in this. All the emails which match, all of these match. I hope this would make sense, right? Okay. So this should give you some idea about it, right? I hope you can understand things. Just have a look. So I hope you understood this. That means at least one character. Again, this means at least one character, then a dot, and then at least two characters, right? Or if I say anything after this dot, right, then I just give this. But more meaningful is this based on the rules I have set. So this pattern is to match these rows. I hope this is clear. You can just have a look, right? Now, uh, now I see there is one email ID, email ID where there is something called as percentage in like Bob percentage builder at example.com, right? Now, let's say my goal is to search for all email IDs which has percentage in them. Search for all employees or list all employees who have percentage in their email ID, who have percentage symbol in their email ID. Then what I can do? Let me just take this. Select star from employees where email like, and then what I will say is percentage means anything, right? But what, see, if I give percentage here, then how does it know that whether this is whatever for pattern matching percentage or underscore, just like I have percentage and this, right? These wildcard characters, these are called wildcard characters. So how do it know whether it's a wildcard character or something related to your data, right? If I give percentage here, it will consider it as a wildcard character. So but if you want to search for percentage as data, then you just give a escape character like a backslash. Then it will think, okay, you are trying to match a percentage in your data, right? It's no longer a wildcard character now, right? So I'm saying somewhere there should be a percentage. Before that, it can be anything. After that, it can be anything, right? But this percentage should be somewhere there in this email, right? Then give me, because I have just give a escape character like a backslash so that it considers this as data, not a wildcard character. And this are wildcard characters which match zero or more characters. So what this means is, this means that you have percentage somewhere in the email. Apart from that, whatever is there, it's fine. But somewhere percentage should be there in the data. So let me just run this, right? And you can see I am getting Bob percentage builder. I hope this should have given you a lot of clarity because I have taken a lot of examples that way, right? So again, just to reiterate few things, underscore means exactly one character. Underscore percentage, if I give, that means at least one character, right? Underscore percentage means at least two characters, right? One, two, three, four. That means exactly four characters. And if I say percentage and then backslash percentage, what does that mean? That means it should end with percentage in the data. It should end with percentage because after this I am not giving one percentage, right? So last is this one. That means whatever is there, but it should end with the percentage. Before that, anything is there, I do not care because percentage is that wildcard character, right? And let's say if I have percentage, right, backslash underscore underscore. Can you tell what is this? I've given two underscores here. So that means last one character, underscore means one character. Before that, it should be underscore, right? And before that, anything. For example, let's say A, B, C, right? Underscore A. Will this match? Will this pattern match this? Yes, because you see last underscore this A came. Before that, this underscore is not a wildcard character since I have given this backslash. That means I'm expecting or searching for this underscore. So this matched here. And before that percentage, that means anything, right? So this would match here, right? I hope this is clear to you. For example, Sumit underscore H. Will this match this pattern? Yes, it will. Percentage will match this Sumit, right? Then we have this underscore which matches here, and after that, one character. Exactly one character. Now let's assume it's underscore HYD. Will this match this? No. Because after underscore, it is expecting just one character. After underscore, it is expecting just one character. It cannot be two in this case. Right? So with this, we have covered the like operator, and you understood that we have percentage, which means zero or more characters, right? And underscore, which means exactly one character, right? So we have covered these two wildcard characters, and these two are the ones which are there and which we can use using the like operator, right? You cannot use equal to with this because you are not doing an exact match, rather you are doing a pattern matching. So as you know, we are covering a SQL superstar program, a 50 days initiative that we have taken. Now, at this point, I'm sure you all would have subscribed to my channel because that will be the motivating point for me. Because if I am teaching something and you guys like it, subscribe to my channel, click on the like button, mention in the comment about your learning experience, right? That's the motivation for a teacher, right? So make sure you do all of that, and from my side, I'll make sure to bring the top notch content. Now, as I said, SQL is the very first step which we will do in these 50 days. But after that, you should think of transitioning into data. SQL is one side which is important, but you have to take your career to the next level by learning more to this, right? It can be anything. And as you know, I have a data engineering program. I do not mean to say that you have to learn that from me, but I mean, you should definitely think that after SQL, what should be your next step? Data engineering is a very good career choice, and that's why I am covering things in a lot of detail because SQL plays a very important role, and I am going that extra mile in order to cover things just because I want you to be very good at SQL so that you can be good data engineers. And if you are hired as a data engineer, generally the salary ranges are between 3x to 6x of total years of experience. For example, a person with 5 years of experience might be earning a package between 15 lakh to 30 lakhs. A person with 10 years experience, total experience, I'm not talking about data engineering experience. A person with 10 years experience might be getting between 30 to 60 lakhs and so on in India. And this is, I am just talking about service based company. When you talk about product based companies, the salary packages will be a lot different. I have seen some of my students with just 5 or 6 years of experience working in top product based company earning more than a CR, of course including stocks. So definitely you should think of a career transition if you are from any background, be it mainframe testing, support, data analyst, right, or ETL, anything. Data engineering is a very good career choice, and you can consider my ultimate data engineering program. For that, I will mention the link for my website in comments, and I'm saying that you can learn that by yourself too. But again, if you need a structured way, you can consider going through any of the courses. The ultimate data engineering program that I offer is a very trusted program and has brought a lot of results. You can see the link to my website in the description, and you can know the details about the ultimate program. Now, this pattern matching, whatever you have learned is good, and most of the times it should do the stuff. But sometimes there is a need of doing a little more complex pattern matching. Sometimes you want to do little more complex pattern matching. That time you would have to use a regular expression, and I'll show you a scenario where you might think that yeah, this is the place where probably regular expression is a better fit than the previous thing. Okay, so let's get started. So I have that employees table which I have created, that's fine. Now um, I want to get all employees, where first name uh, should be either starting with first name should start with A or should start with B, C, or D. I want this that the first name should start with either A, B, C, or D, then it's fine. How do I write this query? Now, based on whatever I have taught you earlier, right, in the previous session, if you have to write such a query, you will say, I'll write it, select select star from employees. I'll just indent it this way, from employees, where first name like first name like a percentage, that means starting with a, right, or first name like b percentage. We can do it this way, right, like this, or first name like first name like c percentage, that means starting with c, or first name like d percentage, isn't it? This is fine, this should work. Let me run this. So you see now, A, D, C, B, all of this, right? So this is fine, but don't you feel it looks tedious and messy, right? That we are just saying like this. Otherwise, what's the way with this kind of pattern? Because we have percentage and underscore, only two wildcard characters, so we cannot build complex patterns, right? And sometimes even it's not possible to build a pattern. I will show that also. But right now we are able to build a pattern, but we have to write four conditions here unnecessarily. So I'll just take this and put it here. Now, how you can do it more easily using a regular expression? That is what we have to see. So I can say select star from employees. You can write everything in one line also. I am just breaking it. So the statement is ending with a semicolon, right? So whatever is there, it will consider. So select star from employees. Then I will say where where first name first name, and then instead of saying like, I have to give or say regexp, regexp, that means regular expression stands for this, right? So instead of like, I have to give a regular expression, because now this has its own wildcard characters, different characters. Just like earlier you have percentage and underscore, here we have more characters, and that's why we can build more complex patterns, right? So now, if we have to say that if we have to indicate start of a string, then we have to give this operator, caret operator. That means start of the string. And now I can mention here A, B, C, or D. That means the string starts with, this means starting of the string, and since I'm mentioning in this brackets like this, it means either A, B, C, or D. That means the first character should be in A, B, C, or D, anything of this. And after that, I'm not mentioning anything. That means there can be anything. I'm not concerned. Right? I'm not ending it. So I'm saying after this can be anything. That means starts with either A, B, C, or D. That's it. And now if I run this, I'll explain more. Do not worry. But just try to understand what I'm saying right now. Now you can see the same thing we have done in this way. This looks more concise, more neat, right? Less lines of code and so on. So this indicates the start of it. If I do not give this, then that means anything can be there earlier, anything can be there later, and somewhere A, B, C, D in between, any of this, right? So it does not make sense. So this is what I would say. Okay. Now, if I have to say string ending with A, B, C, D, right? Then I can give a dollar symbol here. Dollar means ending of it, right? Ending of this. So before the end, there should be anything before anything in A, B, C, D, and I'm not giving a start here. That means anything can be there here. Then before the ending, it should be A, B, C, D, any of this. That means the string should end with, the first name should be ending with either A, B, C, or D. Let me just show you that. And you can see A, right, and B. That's it. So I'll just write first name. First, I will just do this. Caret, right? First name starting with A, B, C, or D, right? And now if I have to say first name ending with this, first name ending with A, B, C, or D, let's see, I just give a dollar here, right? I hope this is clear. So this particular thing, whatever I have written, is equivalent to this. Is equivalent to this, right? So you will understand more. Do not worry. Now let's say I want all the employees where the second character is a vowel, right? So uh, in the first name, the second character should be a vowel. That means any of A, E, I, O, U. The second character. And I'm not concerned about any other thing. I want to list down all the employees where second character is a vowel. Right? So let me just take this and we'll modify. Okay. So select star from employees where first name, instead of like we have said reg xp, because we are doing it using regular expression, right? And it has more wildcard characters, more characters, so complex expressions can be formed. So now what I will do is I say starting of my, so I'll remove this. I'll say starting of my string, right? Okay. After that, if I have to say exactly one character, I have to say dot, right? I have to say a dot. That means just like we have given underscore there, right? Here we have dot equivalent to that. And then I mention that the second character should be A, E, I, O, U, any of this, right? A, E, I, O, U. And after that, it can be anything. I am not mentioning. After that, it can be any number of characters, anything. I do not care. So let's see. The second character is a vowel. And you see John, O, right? Jane, A. Michael, I. Daniel, A. Sophia, O, right? James, A. William, I. So you can see that, and it has given us the right results. It has given us the right results. I hope this is clear. Just have a look at it. So here your underscore and percentage is not there, right? That's not there. You do not mix both these patterns. Whatever we were doing using like and regexp, right? So dot means exactly one character, and whenever we are giving this brackets, right? What should I say? Square brackets. That means it should be any of this character. That means in A E I O U. It you can think of in, right? Okay. Now what if I would have given a dollar here? Sorry, a dollar. That means then starts with any character, then there should be any of this character, and then string should end. That means it should be just two characters here, right? So, but this will not match anything because it should end with A E I O U, right? Any of this, it should end. So it should not match anything because we are saying this is starting of string, this is ending of it, and then first character can be anything, second character has to be this, any of this, right? Okay. I'll remove this. Fine. Now let's say I want all the employees where first name like has second character as a vowel and fourth character as a vowel. So just think of it. Second character is a vowel and fourth character is a vowel. How do we get it? you see simple. I say start of the string, right? A dot, that means any character, and then we have A, E, I, O, U, right? Again, third character can be anything, and then fourth character A, E, I, O, U, right? And then after that, anything I do not care, right? If I give this, let's see, let's see, and you see Jane, A, E, A, I, A, E, A, O, right? O, A, all of these are vowels, and it has given us the right results. I hope this would make sense to you. Now, what I will do is I want to create a table called as users. I want to create a table called as users. If it is there, I will drop it. I might have created it earlier. Drop table users. Right? I think it would be there. I'm dropping it. Okay. Now what I will do, I will create this table. I'm I'm just having two columns. One is ID, which is auto increment, and email, which is varchar. Only two columns I have. Okay. I have created this table. Now I am inserting values. I do not have to give the ID because it is auto increment, right? So I just have to pass email ID. It will take automatically, right? In an increasing order, it will take. And the emails I am inserting, the way I am inserting is some valid emails, some non-valid emails. So let's see, because we want to do pattern matching, right? So some valid, some non-valid. I have to write this insert statement. Okay, done. And if I say select star from users, select star from users, so you can see we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all of that, right? So we got this kind of table where we have user ID and email, the user email. Now I want to do pattern matching on this. Earlier, whatever pattern matching we have done using like was not, I mean, I won't say that's the best. I'll tell you. So we will try to even improvise on that. So now my rules are rules for my email. Rules for email are that, or rules for valid email are. So generally, if I see that my email is sumit at trendytech.in, or earlier there used to be one email sumit mittal underscore hyd at gmail.com. I'm just listing down some of my emails. Trendytech dot uh, trendytech.sumit at gmail.com, right? These are the kind of emails I have, and based on this, I will see what are the valid patterns. So uh, I would say in the first part, there is a part before at the rate, right? Before at symbol, there is a part which is the actual email address, which is the actual email. So we have email, that means uh, email this part, right? Actual email, and or I should say name. I will tell that before this at symbol, there is name, at domain, right? Dot in, what do we call that? I com, right, might be subdomain. I do not know what do we call it. Subdomain, right? Like com is a subdomain. I'm saying I do not know whether that's the right word to use or not. But if I have an email like sumit at trendytech.in, then name, domain, and ideally it's not subdomain, but let's assume. Okay. So, for example, name is Sumit, right? Domain is Trendy Tech, or in other cases it was Gmail, right? And my subdomain, ideally not that, but I in or com, like that, right? So name at domain dot subdomain. That's what it is. Now, my patterns for name are, it can contain So earlier when we did it using like, we said at least one character, can be anything, right? But it cannot be anything like that, right? Let's say we define that it can be either any of this alphabets, right? So something between A to Z, or it can be something, a number 0 to 9, right? It can be any of this. It can be a dot and underscore, a dot, right? Or underscore. I'm just defining it like this. I will remove this now. I mean, let's say these are valid. There might be more which we can add, but you think, let's say these are the valid ones. These are the valid ones. For domain, what is valid? For domain, what is valid? Let's say only valid is this, no underscore and all, right? No underscore or a dot, not valid. I hope this is clear. Domain and subdomain is either two or uh, two or three, let's say two or three, or let's say two or more characters, can be anything, two or more, can be two or more characters, right? And has to be something like characters a to z, a to z only, right? Not numbers. So between a to z, anything but two or more characters, like in, com, like that. So let's say these are my rules. So let us try to define a regex for this. So what I will do, select star from users. I'll just write it properly. Select star from users where and I will say email, and instead of saying like, I will say REGEXP, regular expression, right? And now I build my regular expression. Now I should say it should start with, right? How do I define start with? This caret symbol. And it should have, to start with, it should have values which are like A to Z. I can give a range like this. Instead of saying A, B, C, D, E, F, like all this 26, I can give a range like this, A to Z, or 0 to 9, right? Any of this, or a dot, or a, let's say, underscore. All of these are valid, right? That means starting should be with any of this. And now what I want to say, this, at least one character should be there, at least one of this should be there one time or more. So if I say plus, that means any of these, and when I say plus means one or more time, at least one time should be there. So plus means one or more time. If I would have given a star, that would have means zero or more times, right? Plus means one or more times. Question mark means zero or one time. So I'll write it. So if I say, let's say A, B, C, D, right? And if I say star, that means any of this zero or more times. Zero or more times. But it should be like, for example, what will match the pattern? Will A uh, AD match this pattern? Yes, will match, because this is coming two times, and A matches this, it's inside this, even D is inside this, right? I hope this is clear. If I say, let's say, plus, that means one or more times, right? And if I say uh, question mark, question mark, then it's more like zero or one time, zero or one time, right? So it's the number of occurrences that we define. I hope this is clear. So I will say plus, because I want these at least one character. That's what we did earlier also, right? And then we have a at symbol. So for example, if you see Sumit, right, will come inside this, it will match, right, at, Now uh, we have to see the domain part, right? We have to see the domain part. So for name, I'm just writing it here. The pattern for that will match the name will be this. Sorry, underscore was here, right? This pattern will match the name as per these rules, right? So I have defined these, any of this, but one or more times. It cannot be zero times because something has to be there in name, right? You cannot say name is empty. Directly we are starting from domain. No. So name is there, after that add symbol, and now I have to mention the domain. I have to mention the domain. So how do I define the domain? I can say again A to Z, right? And then what is the condition? 0 to 9 is also there. I mean, I'm not sure if that is allowed, but let's say 0 to 9 is also there. Okay, fine. And then I think underscore is also allowed. Let's say, let me allow underscore also. Let me allow underscore also. That's fine. I hope this makes sense. And how many times? One or more time, because domain name also cannot be empty. I cannot give a star here, right? So plus means any of these coming one or more times. So I'll write it here. So this will match my uh, sorry, underscore, right? This will match one or more times, and then I have to give a dot. I should be giving a dot now. Now, if I give a dot, right? See, if I am giving a dot inside this parenthesis or this square bracket, then it's fine. But if I'm giving outside, then it might think exactly one character because it's a wildcard character here, right? It has to match the pattern exactly one character. So I have to escape it saying, no, no, I am seeing it in my data, right? I want to match dot in my data itself. So I am escaping it using a backslash, right? So it is like Sumit. So this will match, let's say Sumit, right? At trendy tech, right? Trendy tech dot. So it will match dot, right? This one. This one will match dot. And now I have to match com in like that. So it has to be in A to Z, has to be in A to Z. And I say like dot in dot com. So I assume that it should be, it cannot be one character, it has to be two or more. Two or more. So this pattern should repeat two or more times. So if I say plus, that means one or more times. So otherwise, there is this way we can give, and I can say minimum two times, maximum I am not giving any time. It can be anything, but minimum two times. So if I just say like this says exactly two times. If I give this exactly three times, right? So this might give me all the dot coms and all. So, but for now, let me give two comma. That means minimum two times it should repeat. Maximum, I'm not specifying any number of times. So let me just run this and see. So select star from users where this pattern is matching. I'm getting this. So you will acknowledge that, okay, this will match. But if I say where email, and I just gave a not keyword. So if consider this was like, then you used to say not like, right? So not is to negate this condition. Not is to negate this condition. So I am getting all the users where email ID is invalid or not matching my criteria. Let's see. So you see invalid hyphen. This hyphen is not a something that you have. Moreover, this dot com is not there, right? Dot something. And you see at the rate dot directly it's coming, it's not matching. At example dot dot, you can see two times it is coming, it is also not matching. At example dot org, that is fine, plus is coming, which is not valid, right? Invalid hyphen email at example at two times it is coming, this is also not valid. So you can see we have built a complex regular expression which we could not have built using like operator, right? Because it just gives you percentage and underscore, right? With that it's not possible to build this or do this kind of complex pattern matching, right? So again, if I have to explain you, by the way, we can just say that dollar symbol to mention the end of it, right? So this caret indicates the start, dollar mentions the end, and what we are saying, it can accept any of characters between A to Z, 0 to 9, dot or underscore, and this can repeat one or more times, and then followed with the at the rate symbol, and then this domain name can contain A to Z, 0 to 9 or underscore. It can repeat any one or more times, and then followed with a dot, that since it's a wildcard here, I have given a backslash, right? Otherwise it would assume any one character here, it would assume any one character here, right? Now again, like .com, .in, like that. So I'm saying at least there should be two characters inside, right? Two characters, maximum can be anything. Now let me remove this, right, and run this. Now you see this will give you .com, .org, .co. So even two is there, three is there, and there can be four also. Let's say I want to get only two, right, where like it is .in, .us, only two characters. So you can see .co, .us, right? Only three, .com, org, net, com, biz, com, government, gov, int, like that. Four, if I'm giving four, you can see news, city. Five, right? You can see this. I hope you are getting a feel of what I am trying to convey here, right? So let me just put it there. Let me put it here. And you should have understood this complex regular expression. We can do very complex pattern matching with regular expressions, by the way. Now let's say I want to find out email. Let me write a pattern. You tell me what it is. What is this? Right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. What this will do? What this will do? What this should give me? It should give me all users where email ID, you might say, is exactly 8 characters. I would say no. It does not mean, because we have not defined that this is the start, right? And this is the ending. If I give the start and ending, then this means exactly 8 characters. And this might not return anything to me. This might not return anything to me because it will be more, I guess. Right? Let me give a little more characters. 1, 2, 3, 11 characters. No, right? 12, 13. Let's see. Might be. No. Okay. Let me see. One. Let's select star from users. Let me see something. Let's say John 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right? If I give 20, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, right? I'll copy this 10 again, right? So this will mean where exactly it is 20 characters, right? And you see I am getting this. But if I remove this, then what does it mean? That means 20 or more characters. Because before it can be anything, after it can be anything. I have not defined start or end. So at least 20 characters this will give now. And there will be a lot more. There will be a lot more. I hope this is clear. So whatever I have written, this one, if I do it with whatever is this, if I do it with like operator, right? Like, then this should be equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, isn't it? And whatever I am doing like this one I am removing. That means at least 8 characters. Then that should be something like that should be something like uh, percentage, kind of this way you can think of. So these two are equivalent, these two are equivalent, right? I think I have given you enough idea that way. Just have a look at it, right? Okay. Uh, Now, let's say if I would have to build this regular expression in another way, right? Uh, Email ID regular expression. I say that the name part can be anything apart from underscore and dash, right? This name part can be anything apart from underscore and dash. So first I write underscore, I write dash, and I say right now it says it should be one among this. But how do I negate? I again give this caret symbol. But now this caret symbol is inside this, so that is for negation. But if we are giving outside, that means start of the string, right? So I'm saying this name part can be anything apart from underscore and dash, right? I hope this would make sense now. Let me just run this. Let me run this, and you can see, apart from underscore and dash, if we consider, we have just two email IDs, right? We have just two email IDs. That should make sense to you. And actually, two. Why? Because we have this five here, right? So let me make two comma, right? At least two characters here. So we have a lot more probably. So you can see here, you do not see any email ID with underscore or hyphen in between, right? So you can see this is working fine and underscore and hyphen are not displayed. Now we see plus is also included as one of the mail IDs here, right? In one of the mail IDs, plus is also there. The moment you try adding a plus here, the things will get messed up, and I'll tell you why. Let me first run this and show it to you. And you see, even though I have included plus and my pattern says underscore hyphen and plus should not be included, right? Because I am negating it, but I see a plus there in my output. Now, what has gone wrong here? So you remember this hyphen is used something like this. If you remember, if I say A to Z, right? So this is how a hyphen is used generally. Now, if I'm using hyphen somewhere in between, then it will not know what it is for, whether it is to define a range or what exactly is that, right? So hyphen at the left side or the right side is fine, but the moment it comes in between, it's a problem, and that's where you can escape it. That's where you can escape it, saying that it is truly a hyphen. And in brackets, if you have to escape something, you give a double backslash, right? Here you have given a single backslash, here you can give a double backslash in order to escape that, right? That means we are saying it's a part of our data. Now if I run this, let's see what happens, and we do not see this plus now. So I hope this would have given you an idea that what is wrong with this, because it is something like hyphen and plus and range. Ideally, it does not make sense to have a range between hyphen and plus, right? So it do not know that we want to match this character hyphen itself. So we have to escape it using a double backslash, right? So this should help you, I believe. So you can see, none of this contain underscore or hyphen. You can check that out, right? This should actually give you some idea about how we use the regex. Regex is not a topic for SQL actually. It's a very general thing. But again, let me quickly summarize what we have learned in this regex. Dot means, what does it mean? Matches any single character, right? It's more like underscore there, right? We say caret matches the start of the string, matches the start of the string, right? I hope this is clear. um, Dollar matches the end of the string, matches the end of the string. And then we give this is for defines a character class, defines a character class to match any single character within the brackets, right? Any single character within the brackets. Okay. Now we can give star or a plus or a question mark. These are quantifiers to specify number of occurrences. Quantifiers to specify number of occurrences, right? So for example, if after this I give a star, that means zero or any number of times, right? Plus means one or more times. Question mark means zero or one time, that I have mentioned. So what we have learned till now is basic filtering. In basic filtering, we have seen one conditions, right? Logical. When we have to combine multiple filters, then we have used logical operators like we have and or not, those kind of things. We have seen in and between, right? This in within we can give a list, between gives a range, right? We have seen pattern matching, pattern matching, and pattern matching we have seen using our like, and we have seen using regular expression, right? So a complex pattern matching would require a regular expression. A basic pattern matching you can do using like, right? And we have seen how to handle null values earlier. So with this, I will end the session and I hope you liked it. Thanks a lot.